So we have to talk about the Bored Ape stuff a little bit, I feel like.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
What was it about Bored Apes in particular that like led you guys to take such a like high conviction kind of bet on it like at that point? Because I feel like you were one of the people where I was watching that, and I've just fumbled generational wealth with Bored Apes. I sold 2 at like 3 and 5 ETH, and I was like, sweet, I made some money. Awesome. Like, these are stupid. I like my punks. And watching you guys where you're like, yeah, we have 70 whatever apes and we're not selling them. And I was just like, these guys are smart, but I don't fucking get it. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, what was that conversation like? What made you so convinced?
Yeah, it's a funny one because I felt like when we started, we were, we got to know you guys and all the punks and stuff, and we got that. And when we went down the ape path, we were like, oh man, these guys think we're all like really dumb, really stupid or something. It was like within that realm, it was a bit contrarian, but for us, it started with just like, look, we understand the whole digital identity thing, we understand the PFP thing, and right now it's really just punks. Like you have 10k punks, but really you have like 6k punks because 10 of them are lost or whatever, and they're quite expensive. So like there is absolutely room for like a second place. We really felt there was room for a second place. So that's how it started, and that's why we just decided to buy loads of them, because it was just when you could see this massive bull run was happening in the summer, and we were like, instead of just buying loads of punks, let's just buy loads of apes, because like punks could do a 2 or 3x.
It's like the beta to
the beta trade, yeah. But apes could do more than that. You could just see there's this community and stuff.
What price were apes when you had like 72?
Yeah, so like after I minted them, I sold all of them, and then we reacquired. Originally, it was 69 that we reacquired, and they were about 3 or 4 ETH, so they weren't like super cheap. But
yeah, no, it's a pretty big bet. I mean, at the time, were punks 20, 25 ish.
Punks about 20, 25, yeah.
Because exactly. I made a similar call. I remember buying an 8 for 7.
Yeah,
and that was around the floor.
Ones.
Floor might have been 5 or 7.
And then they got to like 30 to 35, and to be honest with you, we were thinking of selling them. We were like, we should probably get out of this, but then we reached out to Gordon and Gaga and we said, hey, like we didn't know anything at all. Literally sent them a Discord message and we're like, hey, like we own loads of apes. Like, would you guys mind having a call so we can like ask you some questions? And that's kind of like what you would do when you were like working at Barclays. You'd like call the company and like try and like ask them questions and stuff and figure out what was going on. So, and it was right after the Gaio Siri thing was announced. So, honestly, we probably would have sold them in a few days if they didn't take that call. And so we called them, and it was like a Discord call. And I remember like we were still working at the time, so we left the office and we're standing on this like random bridge with like Mando's phone on speakerphone. They must have been like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? But and we were just like, what's the plan with this? Like, what do you guys want to build and stuff? And they're like, look, we can't really say much as to what we're doing, but they said that they had a lot of VC interest, and this was A16Z at the time, I'm guessing, but they didn't want to take it. They felt that Guy could like open some doors for them and stuff, but it was more just like the way they were speaking and the way they were presenting the information. I was like, wow, like these guys are like really switched on. And honestly, we thought they were like former management consultants, or like, I don't know, we thought, oh yeah, they must be like really big at like Sony or Active. Or like, we thought they're like really legit people, not just like 2 random dudes. And we're just like, so like, and I mentioned like things that I thought was the bull case. Like, oh, you could have like an Axie, you could have like a blockchain game, or you could have this like idea of like a Web3 brand, and like all these concepts were very like new then. And they were like, yeah, like they were like, yeah, like that's we're trying to like we believe this can be like a big brand, and like this idea of like Web3 brands. And just the way that they spoke and how confident they sounded, we both came off the call and were like, wow, fuck, like these guys are the real deal. And not only do they know what they're doing, they understand how big this opportunity set potentially is. And to be honest with you, that was a game changer. After that, I was just like, shit, like I could just see in my head, and they never told us anything about like what the actual plans were, but I could see in my head like these are the,
just you knew they weren't fucking around.
Yeah, these are the,
you probably had talked to a bunch of other project founders by then, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was not the same. Like these guys just had this insane vision,